Hi, it's Lisa Cuneo and welcome to my scrapbook table. I'm finally back with another layout. I actually did this one just a little bit ago. I'm at a crop for the weekend and here are the supplies I'm using. There's nothing very notable about the papers, mostly they're scraps, but these two cut files were from last year's 31 days of cut files. I'm pretty sure MK designed these. I have some target shooting photos here and cleaning our pistols. My husband and I really enjoy target shooting, and so then you have to clean them, and that takes me back, which you'll see in my journaling. So I have these dies from Echo Park. I cut out the title Remember in a scripty font, and that might seem an odd title for these photos, but you'll understand why in a little while. So I trimmed down my pictures pretty tight, except for the one that has a lot of space in the middle, and I just couldn't take much off the edges. And I'm deciding where I want these cut files. I altered these cut files probably 8 months ago, maybe more, and I love the sparkle and the metallic that's in them. And in one of the still shots, it does show up pretty well. But I just used a bunch of different inks and embossing powders and played with them until I was like, okay, I'm done. And I've kept them all this time, not knowing for sure what I was going to do with them. But I felt that the metallic stuff fit this layout. And I don't really have things that go with target shooting and cleaning pistols. So I haven't found a die cut pack for that yet. So I decided to pull these in here. That means I have just about used up all of the cut files from last year's 31 days of cut files before the new one begins. There are a couple that I don't think I will use. I'm going to give those to a friend because she will enjoy them, and I don't want them to go to waste. So I'm cutting these down, or gluing these down, and some places they were hard to get glued down because it's such tiny little bits, and I had to go back in with my glue again. Going to glue down this title. I cut it out twice and layered it. It's pretty heavy cardstock, so I think 2 was enough to give a good have a good presence, feel like it has a little dimension. And excuse me. Some of you know I was pretty sick last weekend. I had a fever of 101, I had a sinus infection. I was really down. I am better. I feel better. I just can't always talk real well. But I am grateful to be feeling better enough to be at this crop this weekend. I have looked forward to this for quite a while, and I have hopefully lots of layouts to get done this weekend and have more to share with you soon. Some of them are for Scraptember in September, and some of them are for August 31 days of cut files, and some are just because. So I'm getting this one tucked in here. And so I don't have the journaling on there yet, but basically it says, remember might seem like an odd title for these photos, but the smell of the solvent for cleaning the guns and all the tiny little parts spread out over the table just take me back to the dining room in the house where I grew up, and my dad sitting there with all his stuff spread out, cleaning his guns. And for some reason, the smell of that and the sight of those just take me back to that dining room. And so that's what I journaled about, and that's why I did these pages, or this page with these photos and the kind of fancy font that says remember. Excuse me. So I finally got the rest of this glued down, and I also took a piece of the paper that has kind of, one side of it is brown Target stuff, and that didn't really go with the color scheme I had going on. But the opposite side is just some scattered shells and casings, I mean. So that's what I have along the bottom there. And then I decided it just needs something else. It doesn't feel finished. So I went through my bag of enamel dots, and this blue is the perfect blue to go with these papers. All my enamel dots are in one big bag. I have no idea what brand or anything these came with. I don't keep track of that. They're just enamel dots. And I put 3 up there at the top to kind of emphasize the vertical line that's happening there. And then I put some in the centers where there are some openings in the gears and other metallic things going on in the cut files. And I really feel like that was a good way to finish off this page and give it some finishing touches that I felt were just right. There are some still shots coming up soon as I finish or decide at the last minute where to put this last little enamel dot. So here's the still shots. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you did, I would love it if you would give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks so much for joining me, and I hope you get to spend some time scrapbooking soon. Bye-bye.